Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Zachary Reality, and today we're going to be talking about Bachelor in Paradise Season 10, Episode 2. And boy, did it get juicy, especially at the end when Justin offered Susie a rose and she declined. We're going to break it down and get all into it and talk about all of the tea. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. Oh. Okay, so where we left off last week is that four guys went home. Hakeem, Ricky, Kyle, and I don't remember, Sam M. All those guys went home last week, and I thought it was crazy that they sent home four guys in 1 week. And they did the same thing this week where they sent home four girls. It's too much. Why are we sending home so many people at once? They should only be bringing in two arrivals at a time. And the episodes should not be 3 hours. Why are the episodes 3 hours? Like, I'm so confused. Do they have commercials to fill? Advertisements? Is this going to be a shorter season? I don't think they have that much cast. So, like, we have a few new guys coming in. Andrew Spencer's coming. We know that Leia is coming, so there'll be a few new girls, but there's not that much more cast coming in. So the fact that they're going through people so quickly is making it less opportunistic for people to have couples. They're giving people less chances to find couples by bringing in so many people at once and then sending home four people per rose ceremony. And the cameras, I'm like, this is a lot. This is a completely different show. Last week I was like, oh my god, I love the cameras. I do like the cameras, but it's just like so HD and it's just so intense, with like the music and the zooming in. Tonight. Okay, now I understand why everyone's calling them the Love Island dupe, which I've stayed away from. But going into tonight's episode, we had Alex who gave her rose to Jonathan, Kat to Dale, Jess to Spencer, Lexi to Justin, Brian to Zoe, and Bailey to Jeremy. And we have two new arrivals this week. We have Jo and Parisa from Grant's season. So they went home kind of early on Grant's season, but they are young, they are fun, they are fresh energy, and they have their eye on men. I mean, they're here to have a good time, see what they want, and figure it out. And Jo definitely took a liking to Dale, which I think a lot of the girls did. And Parisa, she took a liking to Brian, which really pissed off Zoe because Zoe pulled them aside and was like, don't take my man. The drama between Zoe and Brian started off right away. Zoe felt like he switched up on her. Like, literally, like, used her for a rose and then all of a sudden wasn't into her because there was the scene where he didn't say hi to her at breakfast. And he was like, whoa, calm down. Like, I need my coffee before I speak to anyone. I need my breakfast before I speak to anyone. And I'm just like, I guess that's a point, but then, like, get room service if it's, like, that important. Like, you can't leave your room and go to a communal breakfast place and lobby and not, like, be friendly or acknowledge the girl who just gave you a rose the night before. So I understand why Zoe was mad, but I kind of feel like she was being a little, like, rude to him and, like, kind of just, like, being a little confrontational, argumentative, and, like, I understand she felt disrespected, but, like, the switch up is crazy because it's only been 24 hours. It's not like a Latia and Grant switch up, so I hope Zoe wasn't using that as a buzzword. But I really do kind of see both sides. I definitely felt like Brian was like being colder to her, but I also feel like Zoe should have just like I mean, I understand why she was upset. Like she needs to go through with like this is the show, this is what happens. Like he's gonna talk to other girls. Like this is what happens. But I think she was just mad that he was like ignoring her. So I get that. Like you gave him your rose, you thought he liked you, and he decides that he's really into Parisa. And we start off the show also with this kissing challenge. I loved this kissing challenge. I thought it was so cool and fun. The one note that I would have had is that they were blindfolded. So they're swiping right and left, which I think is so fun that they're only allowed to kiss the people that they both mutually match on. So that's literally your indicator who's into you, who's not into you. Now we have no second guesses. And maybe some people should have, explored their options more. Now is the chance because nobody has to know that you're going to be meeting this person in the kissing booth. But then the way they're pulling people aside, and we saw Kat tell someone at the bar, well, I saw her go and her go. So, like, it's not that secret. But I think they should have been blindfolded when they went into the kissing booth. And I think that then they could have unleashed their blindfold after they kissed. I think you still would have figured it out who it was based on height, based on body. You can kind of feel around. But I think it would have made it more romantic and more interesting and less like awkward than like meeting someone in like a kissing booth. So Brian and Parisa are like really forming. I wrote that Alex was so nervous when she saw Dale. Alex is stumbling over all her words. Alex is not speaking. Like she's like, I think she's just doing this in front of Dale though, maybe in front of Jonathan too a little bit, but I think that Alex with an E is just like very shy, and I think maybe she has the hots for Dale. If she can't even speak, she's left speechless around Dale, who kissed like four girls. He kissed like Allie Joe, who he's kind of vibing with. He kissed Kat, who is like his girl. He kissed Zoe, who was flirting with him last week, and then he also kissed Alex with an E. But surprisingly, Allie Joe decides to take Jonathan on the date. And I think we thought she was going to take Dale, but she really vibed with Jonathan, who doesn't seem really into Allie Joe or anyone besides maybe Alex with an E. Jonathan is just like happy to be there, happy to be alive. I feel like he's smiling and just like ear to ear grinning. I don't know how seriously he's like taking these relationships, but like I don't know how seriously a few people are. Some people are just there for the vibes. So Allie Joe takes Jonathan on the date, and then Parisa takes Brian off the date, which pissed off Zoe. Which is like obviously that's gonna piss you off if a guy that you're talking to is gonna go on a date with someone else. But Parisa's like, I don't know Zoe like that. Like, we were barely friends. Zoe did interrupt people on Grant's season, so I don't think they felt too bad. But at least there wasn't a girl fight. Like at least Zoe took all her energy out on Brian and didn't like make it like a girl versus girl thing. So like that's a plus. They went on the date, it was fun. And then back at camp, Jill Chin arrives. Jill Chin is from Clayton season. She went to Paradise. They were kind of making her seem like desperate for love. Like maybe she was like a little bit older, maybe like an OG, and she was just like, give me anyone. I gotta find love. Who's here? Who's here? Like she was just quirky, fun. She felt a little bit frantic. She got the lowdown from Justin. She was like, Justin, like, who is available? Who is dating? Who is for me? And after like talking to a couple of people, there's really not a lot of options because there's literally six guys. Jill decides that she's going to take Jonathan on the date. But before they go on the date, Jonathan says to Jill, it's probably just going to be more of like a friendly vibe, but like, I want to make sure you have the best day in paradise while you're here. And Jill is like still hopeful in the back of her head that like something goes on with Jonathan and they have some sort of connection. However, nothing ends up really going down because Jonathan was going to send home Jill anyway. I don't think Jonathan's open to like dating. Like I think he's going to talk to Alex until Alex leaves him. And I think Alex is going to leave Jonathan for Andrew Spencer next week. That's my prediction, and I don't blame her because Jonathan is not giving I want to be in a relationship. He's just giving fun vibes. But Jill, oh my God, she definitely had me laughing. If only she could have tried her move with Justin, but I guess they were friends from the last season. And there really was no other options. I mean, she wasn't going to take Brian. She wasn't going to take Dale. Spencer and Jess are so wifed up. Like, they're in love. I feel like Spencer and Jess are like the Hannah G and Dylan of the season, the Abigail and Noah. Like, I think Spencer and Jess will be together the entire season. Nobody will break them up at all. They're super, super in love. So now to the interesting part, the juicy part, when Miss Susie Evans shows up on the beach. Susie is definitely a fan favorite. She comes in all black with an umbrella. I told you it would rain every day. They can't be canceling dates when it rains. I told you it would rain every single day. So Susie comes in, and obviously it's a good thing that she's there because Lexi has now broken up with Justin and says that she is not comfortable pursuing things with Justin until he like figures things out with like his past. I mean, Susie and Justin broke up 4 months ago, and also like Lexi's just trying to be cautious, and Lexi's like, other girls want to get to know you. I want to talk to other people. I don't want to feel like we're in this exclusive relationship on day 3. Justin did not take the news well because Justin says that he's like a one type girl type of guy. And he was like really putting all his eggs in one basket. So that's what started the beginning of this Lexi and Susie and Justin love triangle debacle situation. But then when Susie comes in, she talks to Justin and they have a conversation. And very unfortunately, we do not get the reason why they broke up. Like, why did you guys break up? They dated for a year. They were friends for a year. It's like a 2-year on and off thing. They clearly really like each other so much. I mean, Susie was crying. She was so emotional. They both were vulnerable. Why did you guys break up? Why didn't anyone tell us? I feel like that should have been like the first thing producers told them to say out loud. It's just like so confusing why they're not together because clearly the love and respect is there. But I also feel like Susie is I feel like they know it's over, but then it's still kind of complicated. I mean, Susie denying the rose tells me everything I need to know. That like she is not interested in Justin romantically anymore at all, because that's like denying him in that setting in front of everyone. But then it's also like, what was Justin's intention giving Susie the rose? Was it truly just to save someone that you care about because Lexi broke up with you, or was it because you secretly want to be with her? But if he wanted to be with her, he would have just said that. So I really do believe him when he was just trying to like save someone. And we'll get into Justin and Lexi's Instagram confrontation. I don't know if you guys saw that they were going back and forth at each other on Instagram, but they were. They were. So Susie gets there and she talks to Lexi, and Lexi and Susie have a conversation, and Susie actually gives Lexi the A-OK to date Justin and figure it out. So now Lexi's like, all right, well, I guess I'll go back to Justin. And Susie, she has this date card. And she's like, what do I want to do? So she talks to some of the guys and she decides that she wants to take Jeremy out on a date. And thank God, because Jeremy has been dying to talk to someone else besides Bailey. But unfortunately, nobody met him in the kissing booth, even though he swiped right for many girls. So Jeremy's excited. He goes to tell Bailey, hey, I'm going to go on this date with Susie. And Bailey is like the chill girlfriend, like, I want you to have a good time. If you're going to pick me, you're going to pick me. What's meant to be will be. And I love Bailey's attitude about this. I love it. So Jeremy goes on the date with Susie. They have a decent time. They go jet skiing. They definitely make out for a while. So it was hot and it was heavy. But ultimately, when Jeremy comes back, he weighs his options out and he decides that he is going to stick with Bailey and give Bailey his rose, because Bailey has been his girl since day one. They have a connection, they have a friendship, and maybe Jeremy also does not want to get involved in the triangle that is Susie, Lexi, Justin. Like the drama of that is like could be a lot for Jeremy. He could be playing his cards safe. And maybe his relationship with Bailey is just too strong after this point. One date with Susie is not going to cut it. And the way the rules of the show work are so confusing, you don't have a lot of time to get to know people and talk to people. And that's why there's a little bit of a flaw in the system. We need like a tribal council. We need to like vote people out. We need people to have more time commingling on the beach. Like sending 4 guys, 4 girls home is crazy. Like the imbalance is crazy. So now Lexi decides that she wants to give Justin another chance. I mean, Lexi now has the power, right? No, Justin has the power. Oh, see? Uh-oh. Because I was like all team Lexi. And I still am team Lexi. But I don't know. Lexi, did you want a rose? You broke up with Justin. Now all of a sudden you want to be with him? I guess she needed the A-OK from Susie. Okay, fine. But also, like, she needed a rose to stay in that competition. Because now Justin was in charge. And who knew that a conversation between Justin and Susie at the last hour would change everything? So Justin and Susie have a conversation. Susie's still crying. But like she's not crying because she's still in love with Justin or hung up on Justin. She's just crying because of how deep their connection was and their relationship was, and like it's over and it's just a intense setting. But it's like, is she crying because she has feelings for him? I just wish that they went on a date and like talked it through and like gave us the information about like what was going on in their relationship, because it's confusing. So Justin feels really bad for Susie. Like it's the writing's on the wall. Susie's going home. The only person that could save Susie at this point is Justin, because there's only 6 guys there and everyone else already is giving a rose to someone else. So at the last hour, Justin gives his rose to Susie. But before all that happens, Dale gives his rose to Kat, which I love Dale and Kat together, guys, by the way. I think they're actually so hot and fun. And like Dale said that he was like into her. And like I'm so into Dale and Kat, actually. Brian gives his rose to Parisa, which we knew was going to happen because he's been so over Zoe for days. And Zoe is not happy about that. Then Jeremy gives his rose to Bailey, which we've talked about. Jess and Spencer, they're in love, they're endgame. They're the cute couple of the season. And then Jonathan gives his rose to Alexe, which sends home Jill. So everything else is pretty predictable at this point. But Justin throwing a wrench in the plan, giving Susie a rose last minute is crazy. Because, like, did he string Lexi along? Like, that's so embarrassing for Lexi. Like, she gave him another chance. But there was an Instagram feud between Justin and Lexi this morning where they talked about their decisions. And Justin basically said that he did not think that Lexi was into her. He said on his Instagram that the reason he gave Susie a rose is because he was willing to sacrifice his time on the show for Susie because he cared about her that much and wanted to see her thrive and date other people and have this experience. It is Susie's first time in paradise. Justin has been before. Justin refused to get to know other people. Lexi gave him the A-OK. He got caught up with Susie. Justin did not want to talk to anyone else on the beach. And there's so many options. There was like 9 girls. There's literally 8 girls. 9 girls, 10 girls, 15 girls. There was so many more girls than men. And there's 6 guys, there's 10 girls. So Justin just like didn't want to be there anymore. He did not think that Lexi liked him. He felt rejected by Lexi, even though Lexi said she was going to give him another chance. I think he still just like did not feel like that she liked him. And he also wrote on Instagram that there was just some communication about where they would live after the show and if they would actually make it work after the show. So I think Justin just had a lot of hesitations with Lexi, and I think because this is such a short experience, he wanted to give up his spot for Susie. But it kind of came across like he was like leaving Lexi high and dry, and like Susie was not into it. Like she was like, "Don't do this. Don't give me your rose. Like I'm fine with going home. It didn't work out for me. There's not enough options." And like it's not fair. Like there should have been more options for Susie. Like Susie is an icon. She is a Bachelor in Paradise cast member that we've all wanted to see for years. Like we needed more Susie. To have her go home in one episode is crazy. Okay? So this is just wild. And thank God, after 3 hours, something interesting happens. Because that show was way too effing long. And I hope that tonight, because there's new episodes tonight, I hope it's not 3 hours. The Goldens are coming tonight. It better be 2 hours. And I hope all episodes are 2 hours moving forward. It's longer than a movie. So Susie says no. And then Justin like walks off. And then Lexi walks off. And Susie tells Lexi, like, Justin's just trying to do the right thing. And then Susie follows Justin, and we're, like, left on a cliffhanger, which I think we'll see tonight, and maybe we'll get some more clarity on, like, everything tonight. I think that Justin, Susie, and Lexi are all gonna go home now, and that's it. That sucks. Like, keep Susie on the beach, keep Lexi on the beach, have Justin go home, and then bring in new men for them next week. Like, that's what Paradise should be about. It's just, like, the imbalance of boys and girls makes it impossible for anyone to find love. And like we want to see people mix and match and be messy because it's a reality show. So like people can't mix and match and like not be able to like stay on the show long enough. It's not fair. So I feel really bad for Lexi. I feel like she feels disrespected that like she really gave Justin a chance. She put her effort into this, and then to just like be left high and dry and have him like reject her in front of all those people. It seems like Justin changed his mind at the last minute after his conversation with Susie, and he did not get an opportunity to tell Lexi before the rose ceremony. So he wanted to apologize to Lexi for that on Instagram. So, I mean, I do understand both of their sides. I feel like Justin should have just given Lexi the rose, though. And, like, I guess he was checked out, though. If he does not like Lexi, he must have really not liked Lexi. Like, he really didn't. Or just did not think that it was going to work with Lexi. Like, it played out. So I feel like that's why he was like, well, me and Lexi aren't going to work. This is my one chance to save Susie, who's a great friend of mine that I care about. So that's Justin's side. And of course, we know Lexi's side. She feels like she put a lot of effort into this to be left shorthanded when like Lexi deserved love more than anyone on that beach. So this is crazy. Overall, I thought the episode was great. I thought it was juicy towards the end. I really like a lot of people on here. I think it's too long, but I love the challenges. The kissing challenge, and I feel like there was like another one. I don't remember, but I love the challenges. I think they're so fun. I think we need some more physical challenges. I think we need like vote offs, and I think we need more opportunity for people to stay on the beach. I think we need more opportunity for people to stay on the beach without this huge imbalance. I will be back tomorrow on my YouTube channel with another recap, so stay tuned because I'll be watching tonight's episode. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit subscribe before you guys head out of here. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you guys thought of Bachelor in Paradise Season 10, Episode 2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!